Tonight on Paige's Kitchen, we're making granola. I think granola is one of the perfect foods that you can have as a snack, maybe for breakfast or lunch. You can put it on ice cream, you can have it just plain, however you want to have it. It's really good. All right, let's take a look at what we're using today. First of all, we're obviously using oatmeal. You want to use the old-fashioned oats, not quick oats, but the old-fashioned. We'll also be using some honey, some maple syrup, brown sugar, cinnamon. We've got vanilla here. I have 3 different types of dried fruit here, and then I have 3 different types of nuts. All right, let's talk about the dried fruit real quickly. If you've ever made granola before, sometimes if you go ahead and bake it and you have the dried fruit in there with it, sometimes the fruit will burn because it's so high in sugar. The way to get around that is to soak your fruit in water. So this is a mixture of raisins, dried cranberries, and also dried cherries. So I soaked all of those until they are, as you can see, they're nice and plump. And the water will just go right in there, and then you can pour the water off. I pour the water in to pretty much to where it totally covers it, and you'll be surprised at what a difference that will make in your granola. As far as the nuts go, I have 2 different types of nuts in here. I have both chopped pecans, and then I have hazelnuts because we really like hazelnuts, and sunflower seeds. If you really like walnuts, use walnuts. If you want to use any other type of nut, macadamia nuts are really great, so choose the nuts that your family really likes. So we're going to get started. I've got the oats here, and first I'm going to go ahead and mix up all of these ingredients and whisk those in the bowl. And I've got some, this is vegetable oil. This is 3/4 of a cup of vegetable oil. Of course, as always, I'll have all the measurements online for you. This is vanilla flavoring and cinnamon. I have a lot of cinnamon here. That's really, oh, this smells so good when it's baking. Go ahead and add the maple syrup. And you're going to be surprised, and when you make this, don't try to add more liquid to this, because when you first make it, you're thinking, oh, there is no way that that's going to be enough liquid, but it really is. And then I'll add the honey. This is another 1/3 of a cup. If you don't have one of these adjustable measuring cups, you are missing out. These things are awesome when it comes to measuring something that's sticky like this, or peanut butter, or shortening, or something. It makes all the difference in the world in being able to get everything out. So I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. And whisk this until it's really nice and smooth. This already smells good because of all the cinnamon that's in there. Next, I'm going to start adding the oats just a little bit at a time, and the oats will start to absorb this, and I'll just start stirring it. This is going to bake at 325 for 40 minutes. At 20 minutes, I go in and turn it to make sure that it's baking evenly. And the important thing about this too is that once it's baked, you want to make sure that you let it completely cool. That way, this is a granola recipe that you can actually have the nice big pieces, or you can crumble it up however you like your granola. This makes a great gift. I like to give this to people if you want to take like a hostess gift somewhere, or like a birthday gift. You want to make sure that you store this in an airtight container. And what I like to do is that when I'm not going to use, I go ahead and just put it in Ziploc bags, and then I put it in the freezer, and that way you can just pop a bag out. It's a great snack for you to have at work, for the kids to have at school. And again, you're going to think this is not going to be enough liquid in here, because the first time I tried experimenting making this, I added more liquid, and that was a bad plan, because then it gets sticky. And so you're going to just keep incorporating this. Sometimes it starts to get hard to turn with a spatula or a spoon. So if you don't think you're getting the liquid onto all the ingredients, the best thing you can do is go ahead and put some gloves on, get your hands down there, and make sure that it's all incorporated. I'll be putting this on this baking sheet. I've got it lined with parchment paper and some foil, so that way it's easy to clean up. And then just get down in here. That's what my mom used to do. One day she said to me, Paige, do you think there have been mixers around forever? Sometimes you have to put your hands there. And she was so right. I think we forget sometimes we've got so many tools of convenience and stuff now, we've forgotten how useful it is just to get down there. Now this looks like it's really nice and coated. You'll be able to tell the difference in color. And once I pour this in the pan, I'm going to use the back of a spoon and I'm going to just mash it down. And again, once this comes out, I'll show you in a few minutes. I made one of these last night. So I'm going to just pour this in here. Let this go. Smooth this out. Use the back of a big spoon. I'm going to just start mashing it down. This looks so pretty. Sometimes it's hard to choose which of the nuts that I want to use because we eat a lot of roasted nuts here. And just keep mashing it down to where it's nice and firm. And again, I'll be putting this in the oven now at 325, 20 minutes, and then I'll flip it around and bake 20 more minutes. Okay, while that tray is baking, I have a tray that I made yesterday because I wouldn't have time to let it completely cool. So I wanted you to see what it looks like. So you can see it will come out in larger pieces like that if you want to put that in your container, or you can go ahead and just start crumbling it up like this, whatever way that your family likes it. But this is so easy to make. It's really worth the little bit of time that it takes because granola, I don't know if you've priced it lately, but you can get like a very small bag of granola and it can be anywhere just like right under $10 depending on where you shop. So if you pay attention, call around, get the best prices that you can on the nuts and the dried fruit. There are lots of ways to save money as far as this goes, but I really think that you will enjoy making this. It is so easy and it's another great project I think that's great that you can do with your kids. You can do this. I think you'll love it.